Good fight, man. I got to say, Keith Thurman, Jose, good job, man. Josesito did his thing. Um, he pretty much came in there, man, with a solid game plan to track Thurman down, man, and he was definitely doing that. He knew Thurman was gonna be on his bicycle for most of the fight. And I don't really mean bicycle in the sense of he was out there just flat out running like Oscar De La Hoya did against Tito Trinidad in the last 4 rounds of the fight when they fought. But he was moving, he was sticking and moving. He came in with a similar game plan that Keith Thurman pretty much always follows. Stick and move, slip punches, land off of some of the movement. Always stay busy. Utilize the jab to the body. Utilize the jab to the head. Good counter shots. Nice hooks. Good clean uppercuts. Good power shots. Always doing that. And he was pretty much controlling the tempo of the fight for pretty much throughout the majority of the fight. You can see some of the tide starting to shift a little bit in Josesito's favor. I would say like around maybe 8, maybe 9-ish. He just said, forget it. I'm just gonna let this dude hit me, whatever he hit me with. I'm just gonna walk through it. It don't even matter. And he just start stalking Keith Thurman from, like, I would say, like nine on. He was like in stalk mode. 7 and 8, he was coming on pretty strong. He was swinging for the fences. He was missing a lot of shots. A lot of shots was connecting, but they was hitting Keith Thurman on the glove as he was moving or as he was slipping. And he caught Keith Thurman with some pretty clean shots while he was in slip mode too, because sometimes Keith Thurman has a habit of slipping real well, and his opponents kind of back off of him when they miss. But you can tell that Robert Garcia had him ready for that. That Keith Thurman does that sometimes, and his heads are down or his back is turned. And Josesito was coming in strong when he saw that. He was swinging, he was hitting Keith Thurman. He had him dazed a couple of times in the fight, but Keith Thurman pretty much won from the opening because he knocked Josesito down in the second, and it really didn't deter him though. It really didn't deter him. I didn't see where he was shook up throughout the fight from that one knockdown. He was coming forward. He was like Keith Thurman said, he was a game opponent. So it was a really, really exciting fight. All the fights that I saw tonight, except for maybe one fight, I can't even really say that. All the fights that I saw on Fox tonight, awesome fights, man. From the heavyweights to the welterweights, featherweights. They had fights on 2 Fox channels. So I was watching on Fox Sports, and I saw Gary Russell's brother fight, Gary Russell Jr. I saw his brother fight, and he was pretty sensational, man. He was good, and the guy that fought before him, uh, dang, what was his name? I can't remember his name, man. But he was sensational, man. He had pink dye in his hair, for breast cancer awareness for his mom. But if you guys know his name, you can correct me down in the comments. But other than that, man, Keith Thurman, you could tell that he definitely had a 2-year layoff. You could see it, in some of his reaction time, whereas he wouldn't get caught, or they were nearly grazing him, and some of them were actually catching up to him, or where Josesito was throwing and they were brushing off the back of his head, Keith Thurman, or off of his shoulders and things like that. So that definitely would not have happened a year ago. So, well, 2 years ago. So, but he still looked good. His conditioning was good. Um, he looked like the same Keith Thurman, but you can tell that there was a layoff. And Josecito, man, he reminded me of Robert Guerrero, man, when Robert Guerrero was like pretty much at prime time, like when he was beating everybody before he started losing. He looked like that tonight. He was really pressing the action, man. So um, hell of a shout out to him, man, and Robert Garcia. Hell of a shout out to Robert Garcia for missing his daughter's quinceañera to go and see that, man. And but that guy, he really got in there and fought with his heart, and he came up a little short. The only thing I didn't like in that fight was the referees decided that they was going, not the referees, but the judges decided that they were going to one of them anyway, made the fight a draw. It was no way near that fight was a draw, and they gave Keith Thurman a majority decision. That was messed up, man. Because I mean, that was a unanimous decision. It was in no way, shape, form, or fashion undeniable. From Keith Thurman's standpoint, that he didn't control the entire fight. He controlled the entire fight. But his opponent was game. He brought the fight to him. He made it a really, really tough fight for Keith Thurman. But he pulled out sensational. He looked good tonight. He had some moments where he was vulnerable, but for the most part, they were very short lived, and it was nothing where he looked like he was about to go out and he couldn't defend himself, and he's spitting out his guard from his mouth or anything like that. I mean, I didn't see anything like that. I mean, if I would have saw something like that, then I would agree. Like this dude is doing something to Keith Thurman that we haven't seen. And he did it by stalking. He wasn't doing anything else. But I mean, for the most part, uh, it wasn't close. It wasn't close. 117, 111, it's about right. It was about right, but it was still a good fight. It was entertaining. But anyway, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. So I guess Santa Cruz will be next in February, and then I'll be looking forward to March. I'm just really looking forward to see what Mikey Garcia and Spence gonna do. Um, and hopefully Deontay Wilder and Fury, is coming up, and then maybe they can put together some good matches later on this year. So hopefully that's the case, man, and we get entertaining fights. But these are the fights that I'm looking forward to. So anyway, I thank y'all for subscribing, man. Everybody that subscribed from the Manny Pacquiao video and everything, and I really appreciate you guys, man. But I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my night because I'm tired, and I'm just gonna chill for the rest of the night. Peace.